Nairobi that the lobby group noted several irregularities in this year's polls. Sophia Wanuna tells us more.
Ticks towards the end of the 14-day period during which the presidential election petition must be dispensed with, including delivery of the judgment that will be the last word. All eyes are on the Supreme Court. And now, the Africa Center for Open Governance, AFRICOG, led by Executive Director Gladwell Otieno, has pointed out what it claims were glaring failures in the handling of the 2013 presidential petition.
The Supreme Court misstated the nature of the legal burden that a petitioner who goes to court to challenge a presidential election bears. It also confused, the second point, it also confused the standard to which a petitioner must prove his or her case. Then, number three, the Supreme Court failed to see that illegality is an independent ground for invalidating an election. And then the fourth point, the court confused the difference between the effect of illegalities and the effect of irregularities, because they don't have the same effect.
We do hope that the Supreme Court will give us answers on these very many questions that I've raised. I just thought it important that as we go towards the petition, we highlight that again we have very many of the same issues that led us to go to court in 2013.
As the country focuses on the 2017 petition, experts argue that the Supreme Court and all parties involved need to consider the key legal issues from the 2013 petition and avoid perceived loopholes.
The Ugandan Supreme Court has borrowed the Raila Odinga petition and has used it in the case of Amama Bambazi last year. It used it last year. I am a little worried that we might borrow now that Amama Bambazi decision as a precedent in her own petition. Because this is what happens in East Africa. We've got this thing of exporting our legal mistakes to others and then importing them.
In 2013, we were accused of producing a boardroom petition, but we're raising critical questions which call into question some of the things that we're seeing being announced.
AFRICOG fears failure to learn lessons from the last presidential petition would lead to a mirror image of 2013.
If the court, as the place of last refuge, does not give the kind of remedies that people who go there and hope they can get, despite all the odds, then it becomes very difficult to see why people are going to continue investing in elections.
This comes on the back of an attempt to deregister the civil society group by the Fazul Mohammed-led NGO Coordination Board, a move that some analysts described as an attempt to frustrate their efforts to participate in a presidential election petition. The 14-day countdown began on Saturday, a day after NASA presented its 25,000-page petition. And now that all the three parties that are respondents in the suit, that is IEBC, the IEBC chairman and the president have been served, Kenyans eagerly await the outcome of this petition. Sophia Wanuna, KTN News.
The Third Way Alliance presidential candidate Dr. Ekuru Aukot has formally applied to be enjoined in the NASA presidential petition as an interested party, saying his input on the audit of the presidential poll results will be crucial in the processing of the final Supreme Court verdict. Dr. Aukot made the application as the electoral body